Hey, what's good, people? It's RFG back at it today. And I just want to let everybody know, man, I'm late. I am super late on this information. I should have put this out about 10 days ago. Okay, I made a post on Instagram on the 13th of July warning people about this event. But I'm gonna go ahead, you see what I'm saying, and just let it out, man. Okay, this blood moon is coming up on the 27th in 4 days. Okay, we got 4 days until the longest lasting blood moon slash lunar eclipse in over 100 years. Okay, this blood moon slash lunar eclipse is going to last on the 28th. The lunar eclipse will be an hour and 42 minutes, and July 27th will be the full blood moon. Okay, so that means there's going to be a paradigm shift on the planet. Every time a blood moon hits, okay, there's a shift in consciousness. There's a paradigm shift on the planet because the moon emits low frequency EMF waves, okay? It emits low frequency EMF waves and it hits our brain, okay? It hits a certain part of our brain that controls our emotions. And if we're already operating on low vibrations, we're going to be affected by this moon in a negative way. Okay. So let me say that again. The moon emits low frequency EMF waves, and we have to be operating on a very high vibration in order to block those low frequency EMF waves out. Okay. We cannot have any holes in our aura field, okay, during this blood moon that's coming up in the next 4 days. Okay, we have to be eating right, we have to be living right, we have to have the right kind of people in our circle. Okay, we have to be connecting with nature. It's not a game. It's not a game at all. Another thing is we have to stay away from big crowds as well. Large crowds of people, they have to be avoided, okay, during times like this. Because this moon right here, it was originally a natural object, okay? But the moon has also been hijacked by archons, by draconians, and by the grays, okay? And they now use the moon as an object to keep people operating on their lower six chakras, keep people operating on a very low vibration, okay? And I'm about to break that down in the next video, but I just wanted to use this video to warn people of what's coming up in the next 4 days, okay? We got a blood moon and a complete lunar eclipse on July 27th, 28th, okay, the next 4 to 5 days, okay? So, I just want everybody to be aware and prepared, okay? People think this shit is a joke. I'm about to show you how much of a joke this really is. The last blood moon tetrad, okay, was 2014 to 2015. What happened in 2014 to 2015? Well, right after the blood moon of 2014, we had the ISIS crisis breakout. We had the bullshit ISIS crisis breakout, which was done by the U.S. Pentagon and Zionist Israel. Okay? We also had the Ferguson riots later in 2014. Okay? I believe it was October of 2014. And we also had the Baltimore riots of, I believe it was March 18th of 2015. Yeah, we had the Baltimore riots. Okay? And let's just look back in the past here. Okay, the blood moon tetrad of, 1492 to 1494. Okay? This is what took place. Okay? The Muslims and Jews, after the fall of Islamic Spain in 1492, okay, on January 2nd, 1492, the Catholic royal powerhouse Queen Isabel of Castile and King Ferdinand of Aragon finally conquered Granada, the last Muslim stronghold of Spain, ending the 700 years, okay, of Moorish rule, okay, in the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, so the blood moon of 1492, okay, to 1493, that tetrad ended a 700 year of our ancestors' rule, okay, over Europe. That's what happened, because every time there's a blood moon tetrad or a particular series of blood moons, that is signifying a paradigm shift on the earth, a complete shift in consciousness on the earth. And as a collective, okay, the Moors are the mothers and fathers of all civilization on the earth. So they basically dictate, what's going to happen. We dictate what's going to happen as far as a shift in consciousness on this earth. We can either move up in consciousness or we can spiral down. Okay? It all depends on whether we are connected to the ancestors, whether we are connected to the ether energy of the cosmos, and whether we are putting the proper things in our body or not. Okay? That's what it all boils down to. Okay, so right here, our ancestors weren't connected properly. Okay, something was going on in Spain and Europe where our ancestors weren't getting the right light codes from the sun. They weren't getting the right light codes from nature. The blood moon hit. The moon was emitting low frequency EMF waves. They didn't take it properly, so they were operating, you see what I'm saying, with their lower six chakras, and lo and behold, they were overthrown out of Europe. Okay, 700-year rule abolished. 700-year rule done away with. Okay, it's not a joke, people. It's not a joke. So what happened with the blood moon of January 31st of this year? Okay, what happened with that blood moon? Okay, we had the Parkland shooting. We had the Parkland shooting where over 45 people were shot. Also, Trump was talking about gun laws, gun restrictions after this. And after that, there was Stephon Clark getting shot in the back 6 times. And riots in Northern California, okay, as their form of a protest. But this whole thing was a government hit. It was a government ritual done by low-level Freemasons, okay, that are connected to the police department. Certain politicians were paying off police officers to gun unarmed, quote-unquote, black men down in the streets, okay? This is what happens this day and age during the blood moons, okay? It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. It happened. It already happened, people, with the Baltimore riots. Freddie Gray, okay, was gunned down during the last blood moon tetrad. We had ISIS. We had the Ferguson riots. You see what I'm saying? Michael Brown get gunned down. Freddie Gray get gunned down. And all these riots, chaos, and pandemonium, all when the blood moon comes around, because the blood moon is when the moon shoots the lowest, okay, the lowest EMF waves, the lowest frequency of EMF waves on the earth, okay? That is done while the blood moon is taking place. And you are either on track with nature or you're not. If you're not on track with nature, your energy will be harvested. Your energy will be harvested. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think it's bogus bullshit, just look at the past. Look at the past. Look at the past events with the blood moon tetrads, okay? They speak for themselves. They speak for themselves. So, I'm not going to be too long-winded on this. You either get on track with nature or your energy, okay, your life force is going to be harvested. Your ass is going to be harvested mentally, spiritually, and shit, maybe even physically, okay? So I highly advise people to start saging your houses, saging your apartments, saging your places of residence after you see this video, okay? Do this for about 3 days before the blood moon hits on the 27th, okay? Like I said, the moon is now an artificial object because it's been hijacked by archons, reptilians, and draconians, and they now use the moon as a source to emit low-frequency EMF waves onto the Earth's surface, okay? That is what the moon is being used to do. Okay? The moon is now being used to turn the human population into monsters. You see? But the monsters are really moonsters because their aura couldn't take the low frequency EMF waves coming from the moon. So now their energy, okay, is now on a low frequency, just like the moon's, and now they're going to be a slave to their emotions. Now they're going to be completely trapped in the third dimensional paradigm, into this low frequency of EMF waves, and they're going to be turned into fucking monsters, which are moonsters. Moonsters are monsters. Monday is moon day. The monetary system is really the moonetary system, okay? And it's all fucking set up to keep us trapped and locked down in this goddamn paradigm. And if you don't fucking detach yourself from this matrix, you're going down. Plain and simple. Okay, plain and goddamn simple. The moon is in control of something called the Van Allen belt, okay? And I'm about to break that shit down in the next lecture. Stay tuned. I'm about to shatter more goddamn paradigms. The It movie, okay? The whole It clown demon ritual. You see, the clown demons want to harvest your energy, remember? Jeepers Creepers and the clown demon, It, Pennywise, they wanted to harvest the people's energy, right? Mentally, spiritually, and physically. They wanted to harvest you. And guess what? The ritual ain't over because It Chapter 2 comes out in 2019, baby. Okay? It ain't over. Okay, so I'm about to break down this Van Allen belt and the whole purpose of the moon. Okay, in the next lecture, it's going to be, it is going to be a paradigm shifter. It's going to be a classic. So be on the lookout for that. I am going to drop that later today. So stay tuned, people. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.